Hello, everyone, and welcome in to Shopify Basics here inside the Taylor's Code. My name is Bobby Neishman, and I am bringing you guys this Shopify e-commerce course to bring you guys up to speed on the world of Shopify and e-commerce. Whether you are completely new to Shopify and have never even logged onto the website, or whether you have your own Shopify store, I hope I could bring you guys some tips. But my goal is to give everyone who is completely new and a rookie to Shopify all the knowledge they need to build their own store and to get sales, within 1 to 2 days of building the store. So I am not going to be touching on the marketing aspect of that because that is going to be its whole own separate video. But for now, I'm just going to be teaching you guys the basics, how to get your store up and running, product research, things like that. So I hope you guys enjoy this. Now, this is only the free course here in the Taylor's Code. If you guys do want one-on-one coaching or want a more in-depth analysis of Shopify, of things I do on the day-to-day, you guys could always book a call with me, or you guys could buy my full course and one-on-one mentorship with me. So that'll also be the Taylor's Code. Look out for that. But for now, I just want to give you guys the basics on things you need to know before you even jump in. So let's get started. So I first wanted to give you guys a little bit of background on me, on what I do on the day-to-day and what I have done to get to this point. So I have a master's degree in accounting from West Virginia University. I'm a certified public accounting. I have worked in public accounting for 3 years, and now I also worked at a nuclear energy company here in the United States. And I have learned a lot of things just on internal business. I worked in payroll, I worked in commercial real estate, and things that this has taught me is just kind of more organization and structure of a business. Working in accounting, you look at numbers all day and you realize that, a business it has a process and every part has a function. So that is something that working in accounting has taught me and something that I apply to all of my Shopify stores and things that you just, kind of have to pick up on. So I have 4 years of Shopify experience. I started during COVID in 2020 inside my bedroom looking for ways to make more money, and I stumbled across Shopify. Shopify is great because you could start a business from anywhere. And that's exactly what I did. I built my first business in 2020. And let's say that it wasn't the most successful thing ever. Not every store is going to be successful, but you have to go through those trials and tribulations. And that's what I'm here to teach you guys. I want you guys to be able to not have those humps like I did in the beginning and to be able to get ahead of the curve. And that's why I put together this presentation. I have built over 6 stores, 2 of which aren't running anymore, but 4 of which are still up and running and generating hundreds of dollars in revenue each month, some greater than more. I do thousands of dollars in sales in 2 of my stores, and the other 2 are working their way up there. But I have gone with a more organic approach as to paid ads, just because when I first started, I didn't have a lot of money to get up and started. And that's kind of the formula I have used to keep building up and building up. So that is the formula I want to teach you guys. And like I said in the beginning, you guys could buy my full course Shopify membership and also a one-on-one call with me. If you already have a store and you just have some questions that you want to get over that hump, like I said, I would first recommend to finish this video and watch all the way through this because that might answer your question here. But if not, you could always reach out to me in the Taylor's Code and you could shoot me a DM. I'll answer any questions, but also I'm happy to jump on a call and look at your project on screen just like this. So let's get started. Quick overview of what is going to be in the course. Obviously, we have to start with our product research. You have to understand what you're selling before you start selling it. And you want to sell something that's actually going to sell and not something that you put up and it doesn't get any views, it doesn't get any buys, and you just wasted your time. So product research is key and one of the most important pieces of having a good store. Second, we're going to set up our Shopify store. I'm going to show you guys some basic things you got to do to get started. Adding products to our store. Once you find your products, you want to add them into your Shopify store, whether that's from a third-party supplier. We'll talk about that. We're going to talk about back-end settings, things that the customers aren't going to see or the customers aren't really going to care about, but things that need to be done to keep your store running properly. We're going to set up your product pages so that when people click on your store, they are met with a good code for what your product is, good pictures, things like that. And then we're going to go into designing our store. We're going to add our logos. We're going to add headers. We're going to add pictures. We're going to add things like that. And we're going to touch on importing reviews. I don't know if we're going to get into actually importing reviews today, but we could talk about it. We're going to talk about payment methods, how you should be receiving payments, super easy in Shopify. And then we're going to talk about marketing, kind of which route you could go depending on what your skills are. So jumping in first to product research. So one thing that I like to preach is that a product needs to have that wow factor, something that could sell itself, something that if you're scrolling on TikTok or Instagram, you see that and you watch the full video, that is more than enough to sell a product. And you see these products all the time. You want something that can create engaging content. Like I just said, if you're scrolling online and someone stops and watches your video, you need to pump out more of that content. So one that I saw that went super viral on TikTok and that sold out like crazy was these squishy pigs. So all they did was they had this squishy little pig and they would throw it against the wall or they would smash it with a hammer and they would just create 5 videos a day of this product. And the more content you could put out, the more eyes you're going to get on your product and the more sales you're going to get. It's just basic numbers. The more eyes see your product, the more people they're going to buy your product. So that is something that you have to do, has to have that wow factor, and you have to be able to create that engaging content that gets people looking at it. You need to have a healthy profit margin. If you are getting your like for $10 online and you're only selling it for $20, it's an okay profit margin, 50%. But realistically, if you're getting your product for $10, you could bump that up to $30 or $40, depending on what it is. If it's something that people, buy more often, you could maybe lower the product price a little bit just because if you're going to be selling more to the same reoccurring customers. But if this is something that someone's going to buy one time, you're obviously going to put a premium on that price. So what I would do is if you're getting for $10, you want to mark that up to maybe $40. That is a healthy profit margin for a product. You want to understand your market demand. You don't want to be selling things that just people aren't going to buy. I mean, that's basic, business 101. But you want to understand the market demand. Is there trends going? Is there a TikTok trend or is there something in right now? Is there a specific clothing that is selling hot right now? Is it Halloween time with pumpkins and Halloween stuff? Is it Christmas time with Christmas stuff? Is it fall time with leaves and pumpkin spice lattes, things like that? So just things to understand and think about when you're going through your first products. You want to identify your target audience. Is your audience going to be men? Is it going to be women? Is it going to be older women? Is it going to be young women? Is it makeup? Women tend to buy makeup. Young women tend to buy makeup on TikTok, and they tend to buy from influencers. So, affiliate marketing, that's something we're going to talk about later. An important part of drop shipping is analyzing your competitors. Realistically, there's already people out there selling what you're going to sell. So what you have to do is take the good and the bad from them. If you see a company that's doing really great things with good ads, putting it out in front of you, that's engaging, you want to kind of take that into account and use that for yourself. If there's companies out there doing not good things, you got to learn from that. And you also have to, steer away from that stuff. And then, like I said before, trend spotting, but also you want to test products. So if you have a product that you want to put on the market, you could always test it first. You don't have to just go into a full scale attack, to get these selling. You could test it first. You could put out a $5 ad and check your click-through rate or check your buying percentage, whatever it is. You could test a couple different products. If you're between 5 products of the same niche, maybe go with 5, but realistically, the 3 that performed the least, kick them to the curb and take the 2 that had good engagement and sell those. So when I'm looking for products, there is a couple different routes you could take. So on the right over here, you can see I have Zendrop, AliExpress, and Printful. Zendrop is a full service e-com supplier. So what you could do is you could go on Zendrop and you could do everything from there. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to share my screen. Zendrop has all different products listed in all different types of niches. So what you could do here is you just take a scroll through, see what they have. The thing about Zendrop is their prices are going to be a little bit higher. So you can see they have bathing suits for women. They have different graphic t-shirts. They have different hats, beanies, clothing. So we're in the clothing department, but you can see here they have art. They have all different things. So all these will be fulfilled by Zendrop. They will be shipped directly to the customer. And they already have kind of If I click in here, let's say this one, this is a lighter. They already have some product descriptions. So you go in here, it already has good product descriptions and all that. So there's not much work to be done when you're using ZenDrop. The second one on our list was AliExpress. So AliExpress is going to be a Chinese or drop shipping style. So you can see here on the homepage of AliExpress, the products are a lot cheaper, but with that comes longer shipping times and lower quality for some things. Some things may still be good quality, but for the most part, I would say it's lower quality being mass produced. So you can see here the prices are absolutely cheaper and you may get better products. So like these ones are cool. Like if you want to do a slide company, you can see they have 46 sold for $10. What you could do is get this for $9, put it up on your store for 40, like we talked about before, and then you have a healthy profit margin and you have something that's catchy. Like these are good looking shoes, you know? So this is another way to do things. This is the drop shipping method. So this is the more traditional Shopify store that you would see online and people putting out. They get cheap products from AliExpress. They put it up on their store. But the difference between AliExpress and ZenDrop is that, let's click into here for say, this product here, oh, didn't take me to that. This product per se is not going to have the best pictures or the best descriptions. Like there's no description here at all. It does have reviews though, so that's big. That's actually something you want to see. So this has good customer reviews that we could bring into our store, but it needs some upkeeping. It's not as polished as it is in ZenDrop. So this is AliExpress. You could look on AliExpress. They have everything you can imagine. It is like the Amazon of drop shipping. So take a look on there. The last kind of supplier I'm going to talk about is print on demand. So I'm sure some of you have heard of this, some of you have not, but pretty much think of it as like a ZenDrop, but you could add your own graphics. And a lot of people like this because it's very customizable. So you could go on their product catalog. They have things here. So they have men's clothing, women's clothing, accessories, home living, hats, and all different types of products, right? What's cool about Printful is that you could go on a design platform like Canva and you could come up with cool logos like Bobby Neishman Incorporated, and you could do something like that. All you need to do is take the graphic and put it on to the shirt here. So boom, you could put it on the shirt here. And then what you could do is put that product up on for sale on your website. These will be pretty polished from a description standpoint and from a fulfillment standpoint. They get them out pretty quick. They print them for you, and then you're on to the next one. So all you would have to do is fulfill your order. So if we take a look inside the file library inside Printful, you could see some of the logos that I have uploaded from my Roll Golf Shopify store. And this is where I sell golf hats and golf polos. So you can see some of the designs that I have uploaded to make different hats and make different shirts and things like that. So this is really helpful if you guys don't have a print press in your house and don't want to be making t-shirts inside your house. You can just upload your graphics to Printful, upload it to your t-shirt. They will print it and ship it. So Printful is where I build a lot of my stores. That's going to be more clothing and design based. So I would really recommend when you guys are doing your product research to keep these things in mind when you're scanning through ZenDrop, AliExpress, and Printful. So after you have picked out your product, we're going to get into setting up the foundation of your Shopify store. So if you haven't already, this is where you can click the Shopify link. I'll have that in the description below, where you could get Shopify for $1 a month for the first 3 months. And I mean, you could pretty much start your own business for $1 this month. $1. That's it. That's all it takes. You could upload a free graphic to Printful and then upload that design to your $1 Shopify store. Pretty cool. So what we could do here is endless. You could do any graphic you want, build a t-shirt company straight from your bedroom, or a hat company, whatever you want to do, whatever's on Printful, upload a graphic, keep going. What I recommend is you have the product vision before you sign up for Shopify. So go through the products we just talked about and find what you really like, find what's going to sell, and then get on the Shopify. You want to project that you are a professional in this niche. You want to project that you had this store for 10 years, that you are the top of the line in your niche. This is the best product you could get in your niche. That is what you want to project to the customers. People want to buy from established brands. Your brand name should be a representation of your store. So if you are selling t-shirts or you're selling hats, make it kind of clothing niche. If you are selling, let's say, lights for interior lights on cars, make it glowmycar.com or glowcar.com. You want your brand name to, bring in people that are looking in that niche. You want people search online, they want your brand to come up for that niche. So keep that in mind also. You also want to buy a clean domain name that represents your brand. So kind of like we just talked about with the brand name, buy a domain in the same realm. You want to be able to have people search up your brand name if it's in your niche, and you want it to pop right up. Granted, you might not always get the domain name you look for. So down here, my last point, I said, if you can't get a .com, go for a .co or a .shop or a .store. Those are all pretty established domain names at this point. .coms are pretty hard to come by. If you can't get a .com, don't worry about it. Go to .co, .shop, or .store. Will work just the same, just as reliable, and people will still buy from your store. So I'm going to show you guys real quickly how to look for domain names in Shopify. So once you guys do sign up for Shopify and you get in, you're going to go to your settings and you're going to go to this section down here, domains. From here, you could search domains, and you could also see these are my domains that I already have. I have a couple redirecting ones, but rollgolf.com is my main one. So say if I wanted to build another golf store or have another domain for my golf store. So you're going to click into this buy new domain name. And from here, you could search up what your domain will be. And Shopify will search it for you. So I just searched Roll because that is the name of my brand. So you can see roll.com, .ec. See, we don't want any of this. So let's, roll is going to be pretty tough to come by. It's a 4-letter word. So let's expand it a little bit. Roll Golf is also the name of my brand. So let's go with that. Rollgolf.com isn't available. Okay, let's see what else is. We have rollgolf.net, rollgolf.org, rollgolf.store. So that could be a good one for my store since my brand name is Roll Golf. So when I first bought this, I bought rollgolfing.com, just a little extension on the golfing. But Roll Golf for $9 in the first year is also available. Rollgolf.shop also available. So this is a way that you could search for a domain name that matches your brand identity. So that is some things that we want to do before we start uploading our products into Shopify. So once we have our domain name and our name, we're going to want to create our logos for our store. And the platform that I'm really liking right now is Canva. Canva has come on the scene over the past couple of years, and they do graphic design very well. You could do anything you want to do in Canva. You could do social media posts, you could do logos, you could do branding, banners, you could do presentation. Actually, this presentation that I'm showing you guys right now was built in Canva. So Canva does everything you can imagine from a graphic design point, in a picture and editing standpoint. So I highly recommend you use Canva, and I'll show you guys Canva here in a second. But first, I want to talk about kind of the two different styles that we want to build right from the jump. So of course, we want to do our Shopify header. So when someone comes on our store, they see your logo right away, and they know what the brand is. So your Shopify header should be 1,000 pixels by 200 pixels. So that'll give you a wider and shorter logo, which will expand over the length of the web page. So that just looks better on the eyes. When it's thick, it might come down too far on your web page. So I found that 1,000 times 200 pixels is the best for the header inside Shopify. And the second logo I would build is your social media profile picture. So this is the little circle you see on Instagram and Facebook and TikTok. And you want to make this one round because all those are round. So you could see with Roll Golf, I did that with a golf ball. I mean, it makes perfect sense. And with this, Canva designs the logos to be 500 pixels by 500 pixels. You could export these, upload it to your profile pictures, and they look really good. So these are the two logo designs that I would build right off of the jump. So let me show you guys this quickly in Canva. So now you can see we are in Canva, and this is where I did my roll golfing designs. So when I started with this one, something super simple, a nice colored background to add some contrast to the profile picture. And then I added in a graphic of a golf ball, as you can see here. It's just the golf ball outlined in black, and then I added some letters to the front here. So super simple, but also if you want to add other things, see I made this for our t-shirts, and you could do different sayings, things like that. I have other ones that I just messed around and built just to show you guys, Florida, that's where I'm based out of. So add some cool designs of a little golf ball. And it's pretty easy to do. So Canva, you could add elements. So I could search golf ball. We'll search that. And you have all different things come up, like all these golf balls, you got videos, frames, and then you could add text. So you say roll golf, let's roll. And then you also have a brand kit. So a brand kit will, stay on top of all your logos, your colors, whatever you want to use, and then also your own upload. So, you'll see these later in my presentation, but you could upload pictures and things like that. So Canva is a super helpful tool that if you guys want to get in the graphic design and building a business, I highly recommend you use, because you don't want to have to pay people to do this for you. You could go on Fiverr and things like that and have people do that for you, but it's a good skill to learn on your own. So, like I said before, if you have no experience at all with logo design, you could hire someone in the Tailor's Code. I'm sure people in there will know how to build logo designs myself. You could hire me. But if not, you could also go on Fiverr.com and hire someone to do it for you. Okay, sorry for the location change, everybody. Okay, so we are going to jump into adding products to your store. So like we talked about before with the different methods, drop shipping. Now I'm bringing in private labeling, which would be more printful, or if you have products on hand. So let's start with products on hand because that is easiest. Obviously, if you have products on hand that you custom make or that you buy from the store, you're going to have to input that information manually. It's not that hard. You're going to have to take your own pictures and things of that sorts. But taking your own pictures could be a benefit because it's better quality and you have, the ability to change things around as opposed to grabbing it off of the internet. So you're gonna have to come up with your own descriptions. You can use things like ChatGPT or existing products out there, but having your products on hand is not a downside at all in this. Private labeling. So things, there's going to be suppliers where you need to put your logo onto different products and have them do it. So the supplier will create you mock-ups of what your product will look like I talked about with my roll golfing. Also, you can see these examples here, like people have liquids, energy drinks, private label formulas, all that kind of stuff. The supplier will make these mock-ups for you, and then you could upload that to your store. And then the final is drop shipping. So you're going to take, like we've talked about before with AliExpress, you're going to take that direct product off AliExpress and link it to your store. So there's a couple different ways you could do this. You could use de-essers is what I use. We'll talk more about that in depth if you buy my course and you buy things like that. That is a little more intricate and takes a lot of time, but you could link it directly from your store to AliExpress. And then what you could do is just press a simple upload button and it'll bring it in. So I'm going to show you guys quickly the products inside Shopify. So I just quickly wanted to show you guys how to upload things from AliExpress and from Printful into your Shopify store and get them here into the products. So I'm going to start first. You're going to click down here into the apps section and you're going to go to de-essers AliExpress dropshipping. So pretty much once you're in the de-esser software here, you have AliExpress built in. So what you could do is you could go to your categories. If you want to go here and you want to go to golf for my store, for instance, you have all these different products that you could, pick and add. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the metal club cleaner to my import list in English. And what that does, it is going to add it to my import list here. And then from the import list, you could directly upload it to your store. So all I would do is press push to my store and it would send it to my Shopify products page. So then you would see it. So you can see some of these products that I have on my store. These are from other stores that I have, some humidifiers and things like that. So this is how you import products from AliExpress directly onto your Shopify store. Going back into Shopify, I'm going to show you guys Printful now. So Printful makes it a little bit easier. You could actually do some of this design right inside of here. So what you could do is hit this Explore Products, and it brings up their product catalog like we looked at before. So we could go into accessories. Let's look at a bag, for instance, tote bags. And then what you could do is upload your logos and things on the Printful website, like right now, like we looked at before with my roll golf stuff. So you can see here, you could add your logo. I'll add my roll golf. So we can have a roll golf bag. And then we could, let me make this a little bit smaller. There we go. And then what you would want to do is proceed to mockups. And that's it. So it's pretty intuitive. You can do it all right from Shopify right here. And that is how you get your products uploaded into your Shopify store. So if you click here, you see some products. So these are products that I have. So these two are ones that are Printful. So you can see that they are synced through Printful, and you can do this all right in Shopify. So here we have the product section of Shopify, and you can see where I have all of my active products listed. Here you can see I have some hats. These are 50,000 in stock. That would be on Printful because that's where I'm building them at. A couple of these I have on hand. You can see five in stock, four on stick, five in stock, four in stock. This is a low supply one that I had just because I bought them in person. I had some cash and I really liked them, so I wanted to buy them, get them in my store. And I'll click into the golf polo here. So this is one that I did on Printful when I uploaded my logo, and I have these mock-ups made from Printful. So once you get your products in your store here, you could add things like variants. So I have red, I have black, I have gray, I have cool heather, I have stone and white. And what you could do is this is where you want to put in your prices. So I have these listed for $65, these polos, and they come in 7 different variants. This would be small, medium, large, extra large, and all the way up. So this is where you want to go in and you want to customize your products. This is where all the meat is done before it goes live onto your store. This is where you're going to add in your title for what it is. This is a premium golf polo. And then you could add in your descriptions. And a cool thing about it is you could do AI generated. So if you have the paragraph, you could add just a couple words describing the product, and Shopify AI will write it for you. So this is where you want to do the bulk of your work, making sure this is exactly how you want it, telling the customer what you are giving them, what is for sale. Also here is where you're going to do your sales channels. So if you look over here, you could see you can manage sales channels. So you could have this on your online store. You could link it to Facebook and Instagram. You could link it to TikTok. And then this is also like the TikTok shop and the other shop. If you guys have more questions on this section, please feel free to reach out to me after you find your product. I can't really show you guys right here how to upload a product because I don't have one for this store right now. And it really depends on what you're trying to upload. Is it drop shipping like we talked about? Is it on hand, or is it print on demand? So if you guys have more questions about uploading products from AliExpress to Shopify, please let me know and I will answer any questions regarding that. So once you have your products in Shopify that you're going to be selling, you're going to want to do a couple backend settings. And I was in the settings before showing you guys the domain section, but let's talk about some more settings that you're going to have to do to get your store in position to sell stuff. So first thing in order, you're going to want to do your currency. I know a lot of people inside the Tailor's Code are in all parts of the world, in Europe and the Middle East, or in Asia, in the United States, in South America, in Brazil. So first, pick the currency that fits you, pick the unit system that fits you, and go from there. That is a good start to your store. Depending on where you're selling, you may need to add some more apps to convert currencies and to convert languages. But for now, start with where you are in the world and start with who you're going to be selling to. Also, you could change order IDs. So instead of being order 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and on, you can make it 1001, 1002, or 1 million. Depending on what you're selling, you may want to start at a higher order number just to show customers that you guys have orders coming in. And here you could go to the users and permissions and you could add up to 2 staff. So if you have somebody you're going to be working with, you could add them as a staff. And here also, you could go to the payment section in the settings and you could set up Shopify payments to receive your payments. So this is where you could link your bank account, link a debit card, and this is where you could get directly paid from Shopify. And this is how you are going to receive payments from customers. You could up shop and you could have these customers come in and they will pay you and you will get it direct deposited because you set it all up in the back end. And that's what we're here to do is get paid. So you could also go to the checkout area of the settings. And this is where you could manage your checkout, getting emails, getting addresses, and getting phone numbers where you could schedule email marketing, text message marketing. You want to get customer information so that way you can make them a reoccurring buyer. It's great to have a database of client information just because if you want to go on that marketing campaign, you already have a database that you could start sending it out to. And this is just keep building. It's something to keep building. And if you're not going to do the checkout per se, you could also do other forms of email grabbing, whether that's on TikTok or whether that's on your landing page of Shopify. As soon as they land, put in your email to get 10% off your order. And boom, they get 10% off your order. And you also get an email. So if we go down here further, we have the apps and sales channels. So this is where if you're going to use a app like Printful or de-essers like I talked about or ZenDrop, this is where you want to click and this is where you want to go and add these apps. This is what is going to make it link from the product page to the store. Once you have the app downloaded, it's pretty simple. You just sign into your profile on Printful, ZenDrop, de-essers, whatever platform you're using to find your product. And Shopify is really good at just linking those instantly. You could customize the product in that app. It'll bring it into Shopify and it's pretty seamless. It does all the work for you. So if you guys also have any more questions on that, that kind of goes with that product upload phase. Please reach out to me. I'll answer any questions about that. A few more points here. You just want to add a professional forwarding email. So if you go down to the domain section again, you could add that forwarding email. So say mine is Roll Golf. What I did is I did info.rollgolf@gmail.com. And then people, when I send out the marketing campaign, you are able to use that email. So that is what customers will see when they get emails from Roll Golf. You don't want to use a personal email. It just doesn't look professional. And you want to use a professional looking email for your store. So that is a great thing to do if you plan on doing email marketing. And finally, if you go down here to the bottom, you'll see policies. And this is where you could add policies that Shopify already has template built in there. And this is things like return policies and shipping policies, all pretty basic things, but it's good for the customer to have in case they have any questions. They don't have to reach out to you. They could just see it on your policies page. So return policies, they have 30 days, or shipping policies, you will get the product out within 5 days to them and, expect shipping within 7 to 10 days, whatever it may be. But those are good to add just because you don't want to have to be answering questions from customers all the time. So now that I've already touched on our product pages, I just want to tell you guys how exactly we go about doing this in our online store. So what we want to do is we want to drive traffic directly to the product pages to make it as simple as possible for our customer to check out and buy something. But what it really is we want to find the best available copywriting out there to maximize Google searches. When people search for our product, ours will come up at the top of the feed. So you could do this very simply. It's a cool little trick that I learned, and I'll show you guys here in a second. But one last thing I want to touch on with product pages is that you could add these into collections. So what you want to do is you want to show related products that you might want to sell together. Maybe you buy one, get one 50% off, or if you have, shirts, you could collect all shirts together. So you could click on one button that says shirts, and then boom, it will take you to the shop. It will take you to the shirts in your store. Same with hats, same with anything. You could add them into collection, or even if you want to do a summer 2024 collection, you could do that right there as well. Add all the things you want to sell in the summer 2024 collection. And then so far, you could go on. So let's talk more about designing our store. I want to get into Shopify now and show you guys some of the nitty gritty. So this is what I was just talking about with some of our collections. And here you can see I have some golf accessories, putter head covers, leather head covers, summer 2024 hats, and athletic polos on sale now. So I'll just click on one here. Click on some putter head covers. So you can see here I have one, two, three, four, five, six different putter covers inside of this one collection. So when someone clicks on the putter head covers collection, they're able to see all of them for sale, which is really cool. So now I'm going to go into our online store and show you guys how we do these edits and show you guys how we do this. So you're going to come here to online store, you're going to go themes, and then you're going to go here to customize. So this is where we could have a 3-hour call on what to do for Shopify. This is very subjective to what you want to do with your store, but I'm going to give you guys all the pointers I can here within 5 minutes, just because this is so deep. This is so intricate on how to build a store. But I want to show you guys some of the things I talked about with products and collections and things like that. So obviously going back to our logo design, you can see here what I talked about, the 1000 times 200. It looks way cleaner up at the top here. And you also want to drive that traffic to your products first. So you can see here, I have the men's premium golf polo listed at the top. And if I click on this, I have over here on the side, you could change your products. So as soon as someone comes on my store, boom, they're hit with a product that they could sell immediately. From there, you could click change product and you could pick any product in your store. So I have my whole store at disposal here for whatever I want to sell immediately. This is a great touch. This is exactly how you want to do it. You want to drive traffic to your product immediately. As soon as they come on realgolf.com, boom, they're seeing my top selling product, the golf polo. Okay. So what you have over here on the left now is kind of our layout of what our homepage looks like. So if you see at the top, we have our featured product. That is what we have over here. And you can see you can change all the colors, do all that. But if we click a little further, so secondly, sorry, our second featured collection is the hats. So we have hats here as our second thing. So people scroll down, not only do they see the polos, but they see the hats. They come down further, you see the image banner. So we have welcome to the 2024 Roll Golf Collection, and you have that right here. And then, like I talked about before, if you keep moving down further, we have the collections list here. We have the leather head covers, putter head covers, golf accessories, and then down here, another featured product come down about us. So that is a simple design, how I like to build my stores out, add as many products as possible, tell the customer a little bit about yourself, and, add some pictures, make it look good. So if you come up here to the top, you could also click on the home page here. So then we also have a products page. So if we click this, this is what our products pages will look like. So here's our premium hats. Here you get a little bit more details. You could pick a navy hat, or you could pick a red hat. So there's the navy hat, here's the red hat. And also here, sorry, we also have a chat bot here. That's just an application you could add in or ask your customers whatever you want. But here we have all these pictures. We have a quick statement. We have a size guide, and we have customer reviews. I don't have any customer reviews set up for the hats as of now, but once those start coming in, we will have the reviews. So that is pretty much it. So I'm going to go back here to the home page just because I want to show you guys one last thing. You also have the ability to design your store for mobile. So if you click this button here, you have the mobile view where it's pretty much the same layout. It just condenses it into that mobile view. And I think this is very helpful because I would say 80% of my sales come from mobile. It's mostly Instagram, Facebook, TikTok ads, and most people go on those apps on their phone. So make sure you're doing this on phone view as well, just so that you have an idea of what it looks like when you go on your phone. So this is how you build your Shopify store. It's very cool. There's a lot of moving parts, like I said, but once you get the fundamentals down of you have your bars on the left over here, and you have your titles where you could click into all this and you could edit and you could do all this. You could literally just type whatever you want and it'll change it. You can make it a small header, you can make it a large header. Um, Yeah, there's so many different things you could do. You could do your variant picker right here. So you can do the black, green, white for the scrub brush. Um, this is what you want to do. You want to also go down here, you could add sections. So if you have a feature collection of 4, you could do that feature collection of 1. We have our collections list where it's just a button instead. So you can just click the button and it'll take you there. We have an image with text if you want to just show off one of your products and describe what it is. And we also have a contact form. This is important. You want to get emails, like I said, you want to get phone numbers, you want to get ready for marketing. So that's good to add at the very bottom of your page. So going into the settings part of your online store builder, you have a logo section. So this is where you will add in that logo we talked about before. So we have that right there. The favicon image. The favicon image is this right here. So if you see how I have rollgolf.com open and the favicon is right there, that is that profile picture image that you want to use. From there, you also have color schemes where you could add in your colors and change your colors. So you pick like what colors you want your store to have a general idea of. And then once you're editing things, backgrounds. So let me click here for say, let me click into the heading just to show you guys this. And then you go down to color scheme, you hit change color, and then boom, there's those colors that you add in the settings. So once you get these things clicking, it'll click with you very fast, and you can make a store in 24 to 48 hours. We also have our different fonts, and you can do your font scale, and you can do animations on your buttons and all different things. So here's the button, so you can make them rounder or less round. You can really customize this however you want, and that's the beauty of Shopify. So another section that I don't have a lot of time to talk on now because I could talk on it for so long, but I will have another video coming out in the future, is the marketing. So there's a few things you could do marketing wise. You could create ads for your products, and that is what you would use down at the bottom in Meta, Instagram, Facebook. Even Snapchat has Snapchat ads, and of course TikTok Shop. And then you could even put your products, link it to your YouTube channel or Google Ads. Of course, you want to do whatever social media platform you're most comfortable with, whichever one you have a little bit more of a following on already, or if you have a brand, whatever you want to build on, you could sell on it. I also want to show you guys quickly how you guys could run advertisements straight from your Shopify page to Instagram, TikTok, and other social medias. So if you go over here to your sales channels under your online store, you can have Facebook and Instagram. This is the one that I use majority of the time just because my Instagram account has a little more of a following and you could post things directly to your Facebook page. Need that. So you can see here I have my Instagram shop set up and my Facebook shop set up with my store. You can see here I have 15 products all synced ready to go. So you could go to the shop preview and you could see the shop on Instagram and on Facebook. So you see here I have some of my products here, same on Facebook. And what you could do from here is you could hit create an ad. And what this is going to do is take you to the Facebook ad center where you could take an ad and you could publish it to your Instagram page, to your Facebook page, whatever you want to do. And the same goes for TikTok. So if you click here, TikTok, I have my Roll Golf TikTok account where I post ads, and you could see here that we could just create a campaign right from inside Shopify. So if we hit create, oh, well, here it is. So introducing auto-generated campaigns, so you can set your daily budget, you can select your product, and then it gives you a little preview of an ad. But obviously these are just AI generated ones. We could do better than that. But yeah, you could create an ad campaign right from inside Shopify. There's also other marketing styles that you could take on, like affiliate marketing. If you have somebody in your niche who has a big following, say on TikTok, you could hire that person at a percentage rate for every product they sell. This is the best way to use somebody else's following. You could send them one free product and then they will post about it on TikTok and they could get an affiliate marketing fee. So they will get 5% of every sale. And that's a great option to go if you have some money or if you're willing to give someone a percentage of their sales. I've seen people do very well with affiliate marketing, and I have done it myself. The store did not do great itself that I did it for. But I do want to get back into the affiliate marketing. If you have any experience with that, please reach out to me. I would love to work with someone and build with that. Another route that I talked to someone in the school about was organic traffic. So obviously you could use any of these marketing platforms to build a page and just post your content and post it for free. You're still going to get eyeballs on it if it's engaging enough, and people will still click on your stores. I've gotten plenty of sales from just organic traffic. Organic traffic is very hot right now on TikTok, and you can make a killing. Still doing organic, don't have to do any paid ads. A few other ones that I want to touch on and that we already talked about, but first is search engine optimization, SEO. That is making sure that your copy inside of all of your descriptions in your website is top notch, that when people search online, yours is one of the first to come up. And that's important because you want people to sell just from searching, kind of like we just talked about organic traffic, but on that website. And then also is email marketing. Email marketing is very good in terms of reoccurring customers. So if somebody buys from you, they give you their email, you hit them with an email, and they will maybe come back and buy something from you if the offer is good. So marketing is a very, very vast topic. I do want to get into showing you guys creating ads, but I know this is just a beginner video. We'll have more coming out, so don't worry. But if you guys have any questions on marketing, on how you can market products, please reach out to me. I'll show you guys everything I know. But I highly recommend starting with organic traffic and using whatever organic traffic works best, and then scaling that. Then going into your paid ads, pay to boost a post on TikTok, a video that does great. Boost that post, link your product, and see what happens. See how many sales you get. I just want to say thank you guys. Thanks for joining us. You guys have lots of work to do. Obviously, go back to this video, see whatever else you have to do. Reach out to me. Any questions? Like I said, I have my full course coming out and also have consultation services where I will, teach you guys, and I also build stores for people. So if you guys want a store built, reach out to me. Or if you just want help on a store that's already going, please reach out to me. Hire me for a consultation service and we will get your store up and running. So that's all I have today. Peace.